This episode of World Wellness Education is made possible by a production grant from the Milhorn Law Firm.
We at the Milhorn Law Firm believe that important decisions and planning should not be put on hold. These planning decisions affect not only you, but your children and heirs. My name is Eric Milhorn. I'm one of 7 attorneys here at the Milhorn Law Firm. We've been very fortunate. We've been able to serve the Central Florida area for a period of over 20 years. All the attorneys at the Milhorn Law Firm live in this area and are proud to call this area our home.
The Milhorn Law Firm, the law firm you know and trust.
Hi, I'm Tracy Brosman, co-founder of World Wellness Education, a community forum to educate, encourage, and inspire a better way of life. We commonly face day-to-day challenges of stress, lack of exercise, and poor eating habits. But with the right approach, we can find freedom, wake up each morning feeling healthy, focused, and ready to take on the day. Together, we can make a difference, one story at a time. Polymyositis is an inflammatory disease affecting the skeletal muscles on both sides of the body, resulting in progressive muscle weakness and difficulties for those suffering with polymyositis to sit and stand. Our guest today, Dr. Vijay Jane, will share with us his 23-year journey with this disease and how it has led him to look at medicine and illness differently. Welcome, Dr. Vijay. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So let's go back to the beginning. What type of symptoms did you start to experience?
This happened in June of '89. I was on a trip to Europe doing some traveling, and I started getting sore throat and cold-like symptoms. And I took some antibiotics, some other remedies. It didn't go away. Came back home. I went to ENT surgeon, and he said there's nothing wrong, everything looks good, there's no infection. But I slowly, it progressed to I couldn't swallow the saliva. So then
that must have been kind of scary.
It was very scary because if you don't know what is going on, that is the scariest part.
Right.
Knowing relieves 90% of the stress. So anyway, from there, I did endoscopies, to see if there's any problem in the muscle, in the neck, and the cricopharyngeus muscle, which is swallowing muscle.
Okay.
Did some video studies, everything normal, nothing going on. And now I'm starting to get, I was very athletic before that. I mean, long distance biker and tennis. So. I started noticing that when I sat down, I couldn't get up. I had to hold on to something to get up. I started having the difficulty and started having difficulty raising my arms. So I said, I don't know what is going on. I mean, I was in a community in Cincinnati.
Right.
I mean, I practice in Cincinnati.
What type of medicine do you practice, or did you practice?
I'm a general and a laparoscopic surgeon.
Okay.
So all the doctors are right there available, whosoever I want to see.
Right, they're your colleagues.
Yeah. Finally, one of my neurologist friend, he said, Vijay, come to the office and let me check you. He said, I don't find any issues. Your muscles are weak. Why don't we get a batch of lab work and CAT scan, MRIs, and all that. So we did everything. And one test came back which made the diagnosis. It's called CK. CK is an enzyme which is secreted by the muscle. So when heart attack occurs, CK goes up.
Okay.
Whenever there is a damage to the muscle, CK goes up. So my CK was 25,000, normally up to 200.
Oh.
And my friend called me. I was in a dinner meeting. He called me, he said, I want to talk to you right now. I said, what happened? He said, you come to the office. This was like 8 o'clock. He said, you got polymyositis. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, and he explained that it is an autoimmune disease. So we had to now plan for what to do next.
Right.
Because it is an autoimmune disease, the cause of which is not known. And your immune system starts thinking that your muscles are foreign objects.
Oh, that
So
does
it's
not
trying
sound good
to
at all.
Fight it and kill it.
Okay.
Just like if a bacteria got into your body, your immune system will go and kill it. If your own tissues are being recognized as foreign, the inflammatory cells, the immune system will attack it. And that attack, it damages the tissue. Okay? So that is what autoimmune disease is, all autoimmune.
Okay.
You know, diseases are the same thing. Myasthenia gravis, or MS, everything is that that particular tissue is being recognized by the body as foreign.
Okay.
So I knew that I'm a foreigner, but I didn't think
You didn't know you were that foreign, right?
That foreign.
So what was the prognosis?
The prognosis is there are very, very few cases, like 200 cases a year in the whole country.
Oh.
So it's a very rare condition. Prognosis was given to me by Mayo Clinic because my friend made an appointment to Mayo Clinic.
Okay.
I went to Mayo Clinic, got a muscle biopsy that made the diagnosis. And the neurologist friend of mine told me, neurologist there told me that there's a 50-50 chance that we can put it in remission forever.
Okay.
But probably you'll have the disease all your life. We will take medicine whenever the relapse occurs. I said, I don't like those odds. I said, give me either 0% or give me 100%. I don't like those 50% odds. Anyway, I was put on very high doses of steroids.
Okay.
And methotrexate, which is a chemotherapy, to bring my counts down.
Did that work?
And I was still doing surgery.
Okay, so you were still practicing your medicine.
Yeah. This is now October, November of '89. So these medicines brought the enzymes down from 25,000 to about 2,000 range.
Okay.
But 2,000 is very, very high.
I was going to say, didn't you say it was like 200 that you should have been at?
Right.
Okay.
If a football player on the field after a Sunday match may have CPK of 2,000 for an hour or two, and his body will.
Right, but you were having 2,000 continuously, and you weren't playing football.
No, not at all. So I said, this is not going to work. Let me see if there's something else available. And because of my bringing up, though I was always in Western medicine, because of my bringing up, I said, well, there has to be something in the Eastern system which could be of benefit. Then Deepak called me and he said, why don't you come to our clinic?
Deepak Chopra, right?
Yeah, Deepak Chopra. He called me and he said, why don't you come to our clinic, our Ayurvedic clinic in La Jolla, and maybe we can work on it. So I said, Deepak, I don't think I want to come to Ayurveda. I'm being treated by Mayo Clinic, but I'll come to La Jolla and relax there, come to your place, do meditation and stuff. So I rented the condo for 3 months, and those 3 months I did Louis Hay program. I did some visualizations and some relaxation techniques, some breathing techniques, and that's about it. My count came down. From taking those medicines, I continued on the medicine.
Right.
So physical therapists used to come every day to the hotel, and I used to go to the doctor's office every week to get methotrexate injection.
So you were continuing the medicine
prednisone.
and then taking care of the stress.
Right. So my count came down to 500.
Oh, wow.
Now, I have to tell you that before I got sick, I was under a lot of stress.
Well, I can imagine with your profession, too.
Not only that, I was chief of staff, chief of credentials committee in a 150-bed hospital.
So you were an overachiever.
I was doing too much,
Yes.
burning the candle both sides. So once I reached that point, that 500, so we decided I'll go back and start practice again. So we started cutting the medicines. We cut the methotrexate, prednisone to about 40 and then 30, 20. And as soon as I stopped my medicine, the enzyme started going back up. So it was like I had to take the medicine continuously.
In order to be okay.
Right. And I'm sure the people who are listening to this or watching it know the side effect of steroids, because you look like a moon face, which I already have. And, you know, you get high blood pressure, diabetes at the doses I was taking, weight gain, hair at wrong places, all kind of problems you get.
So not what you wanted to be doing.
Right.
Lots of bad side effects.
Right.
So what happened next?
Okay, I said, well, I'll take time off again. And I started going on these mini vacation, do some yoga, but physical yoga.
Okay.
Only, that's all was available. And then continued on my visualization and other things, and continued to take medicine.
When you were doing your visualizations, what were you visualizing?
Well, you can visualize anything, any serene environment you can imagine. You can bring in your healer with you.
Okay.
You can wash off the toxins. You know, it's all visualization.
Okay.
So there are many, many different techniques of doing it. So I did a lot of them and continued the medicine. So from 1990 to 1997 or close to 98, I took medicine every 3-4 months, increased the dose, decreased the dose, increased the dose. It sort of waxing and waning type of approach. So it never went away. It just stayed, and I was just putting a Band-Aid. It's like a pressure cooker.
Right.
You know, pressure goes up, you release it, then it comes
down.
Then comes up again. So basically, I was treating the symptoms, which was the inflammation of the muscle. Poly means more than one. Myo means muscle. Itis means, in fact, inflammation. So inflammation of more than one muscle is polymyositis. So I'm treating the symptom. I'm decreasing the inflammation by steroids and by methotrexate, but I'm not treating the cause.
Right.
But nobody knows the cause. So then I started getting into Ayurveda. And it's a long story, I'll make it short.
Okay.
It is.
And that's what Deepak Chopra had told you to try years before.
Right.
Okay.
The interesting thing is that universe works in a mysterious ways. It brings all the necessary environment for you to heal if you are conscious enough to get those messages. Our chaotic mind is running all the time, so we don't listen to the messages.
Right.
But anyway, I started doing yoga. Yogi Hari is a very accomplished yogi in Fort Lauderdale. He came to Cincinnati for inauguration of the temple, so he stayed with me.
Okay.
And he asked me, do you do yoga? I said, no, I don't. He said, well, I'm going to be here for 5 days. I'll teach you. I mean, he is a yogi master.
Right.
5 days.
You're the novice.
And we started 4:30 in the morning. I took the whole week off for his. I was very, very pleased. So I was telling him.
So let me ask you, were you doing yoga from 4:30 in the morning all day long?
No, I mean, no, they were chanting and all kind of things.
All right.
Breathing.
Meditation, I'm sure.
So I was telling him about my illness, and he said, I really don't know much about illness and yoga, but there is a yogi master who knows more about it. His name is Yogi Amrit Desai. So I said, well, I don't know him. He said, I know him. He made a phone call from my house to Gurudev Amrit Desai, who was the founder of Kripalu Yoga in Massachusetts.
Wonderful.
So Gurudev listened to me. He said, this Saturday, come and see me at the ashram in Philadelphia. He was in Sumner town at that time. So here, I take the weekend off, close the office, just go, rent a car, go to his place, and his wife and him sat with me for three hours in the dining room. She made lunch for me, and Gurudev listened to me, and he said, you need to study Ayurveda. He never said you have to take Ayurvedic treatment.
Right.
He said you need to
study
Ayurveda, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
I said, well, how do I do it? I don't know any Ayurvedic physician. He said, I've got a disciple in India, in Nagpur, who is a wonderful teacher. So he made a phone call. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning in India. So Dr. Joshi, he answered, and he told him that I've got a disciple who needs to study Ayurveda. So Dr. Joshi said, well, ask him to call me tomorrow at this time. So I called him. He said, you need to become a yoga teacher, learn yoga therapy, and then come to our place, Ayurveda place, and then we'll start teaching you.
So how does yoga and Ayurveda intertwine?
We'll talk about it.
Okay,
that is the most important part. So anyway, I spent 3 months in becoming yoga teacher, yoga therapy student in Bangalore, India, at the Indian Institute of Yoga. Went to Dr. Joshi in Nagpur, and first thing he said, you need to do a detoxification for 10 days before we start teaching you. So I said, okay, we'll do that. And then he, one-on-one, he started teaching me. I mean, I don't know what was happening. I came back home after about 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. Something guided me that your surgery is over. Stop it. So I gave my resignation. I said, I'm closing my practice.
Wow, they must have thought you had gone off the deep end.
And it's true. My surgical colleagues were the ones who were more surprised. They said, you must have made more money than we thought. That was their point of view. Their world view is money. I said, yes, I fortunately did, so that worked out.
No sense in trying to convince them otherwise, right?
They won't understand it.
Yeah.
So then I took every course of Deepak Chopra, you know, all the journey into healing, and I became instructor with his institute.
Okay.
I spent 6 months with him in La Jolla. A meditation teacher, the creating health teacher. And as I studied more and more with Dr. Joshi, you know, one-on-one, he had a clinic in New Mexico also. I spent a lot of time there. My whole thought process changed. Disease comes from inside. Mm-hmm. It comes when our immune system is compromised. And why is it compromised? Is because of our thought processes.
Yep.
So what our belief system likes and dislikes, our stories, our myths, our bringing up, what are those things? Where did it go wrong in interpretation that we got the disease? It's not that I'm blaming myself that I got the disease, but it happened that all these factors came together where I was more interested in going higher and higher and not ignoring my body.
Not paying attention.
Eating, drinking, and not paying attention. Because 9 years, I took medicine, but I didn't change anything in my lifestyle except for little yoga.
So many people do that, and then have to be on more and more medications, because as we know, the medications, like you were saying earlier, it changes the chemistry in the body, and when it changes the chemistry in the body, it can cause other things to go wrong.
Absolutely. So
were you getting better throughout all this process?
Okay, yeah. Throughout this process, I was starting to feel better, and I was able to cut my medicines back to like prednisone 20 milligram and methotrexate once every week. And then 2001, Dr. Joshi advised me that I should do a 1-month detoxification. I had already done about 3-4 months combined, over 4 years, but he wanted me to do a very detailed panchkarma or detoxification, and I did that, and after that my enzymes never went up.
Wow.
And since then
And you changed your mindset, I'm sure, a lot with what you learned with the Ayurveda medicine, but also with the yoga and everything that you were doing.
See, the thing is that our body and mind right now, what you're looking at is as a result of all of my experiences in life, all. And if I want to change myself, I need to change the nature of experience, right? Mm-hmm. Or change the way I interpret the experience.
So how does somebody go about doing that? I mean,
And
that's so
that is
foreign
the key
to so
part,
many people.
is that you have to go beyond the mind to calm the mind. Because mind is a servant which serves a very important purpose. It is under the guide of the prana or the chi, which guides which guides the mind to bring the external environment, food, air, water, smell, taste, all this from outside, so that we can sustain this body. That is the purpose of mind. But when mind becomes chaotic, we develop a super ego, then the chi is pushed back. Now the ego is guiding the mind. A servant is guiding a servant to do what needs to be done.
And it doesn't sound like a good thing.
That's not a good thing. You're not getting the messages from your body. I truly believe that our body is a miraculous self-healing, self-repairing system, if we give it a chance.
When we talk about that a lot on the show, about listening and paying attention and having that be our guide. Doctors like yourself are wonderful, and thank God for you. We have to take responsibility for our own journey, and you found that you had to do that too, because rather than leave it up to your colleagues to decide what you were going to do and the procedures you were going to follow on your healing way.
Yeah, Ayurveda teaches that my role as a physician is a teacher, that I teach people how to live their life in a balanced manner. Then they have to do the rest.
Wow.
I'm not the doer. The patient already knows. Your body is already self-healing.
Right.
It doesn't require anything.
Dr. Vijay, thank you so much for being here today. We're actually running out of time, and I have so many other questions, but how would somebody get a hold of you if they too have other questions that they would like to have answered?
Yes, I've got 2 places where people can contact me. One is my email is G like in George, A, F like in Frank, Y like in yellow, 123 @gmail.com.
Okay.
Or they can call, go to our website, www.amrit, A-M-R-I-T,
so
yoga.
A-M as in Mary, R-I-T,
yoga.org.
.org.
And
okay.
press the Ayurveda button in that.
And the Ayurveda.
So that's where our Ayurvedic clinic is.
Okay, wonderful.
And then we have one in Villages we just opened. We are opening a outpatient consultation clinic where I will only do consultations.
Wow,
so that will be 781 Highway 466 in Lady Lake.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Together, we make a difference one story at a time. To find out more information about World Wellness Education, go to our website at worldwellnesseducation.org. It is easy to develop healthy habits you can do around your house. Let's explore the possibilities. First, keep healthy snacks available. Most of us define snacks as chips, pastry, and crackers. Think about this for a minute. In most cases, the need to snack is your body telling you that it needs nutrition. When your car is low on gas, you would not put water in the gas tank, would you? Well, your body is low on gas, so you need to give it a snack that is very nutritious. Snacks that will help curb your cravings and fill your body with the nutrition it desires are raw nuts, fruits and vegetables, dried fruits, and trail mix. Remember to buy organic when possible. You might also try celery with almond butter or vegetables with hummus. Give your body nutrition and your performance will improve. Second, there are many ways you can get exercise around your home, such as cleaning, doing laundry, and gardening. Challenging yourself to pick up a room as fast as you can or mow the lawn as fast as you can will enhance the benefits you receive. You might also try to have a set of weights next to a chair you sit in when you watch TV. Then push yourself to lift weights during the commercial. Another great way to get exercise at home is to turn on some great music and start dancing. Sleep is one of the most important healthy habits you can develop. Most of us need 8 to 10 hours of sleep per day. If you are not getting enough sleep, then take a look at your bedroom and make sure it is as dark as possible. No lights from the clock, the phone, light switches, or radios. Try going to bed at the same time every evening and waking up at the same time each morning. Spend a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts in a journal to help eliminate stress in your life. Start slowly and write only as much or as little as you feel like. Keep your journal in a place that you will see so you can remember to write throughout the week. Continuing to learn also has many health benefits. Taking the time to read is very relaxing and it puts you in a different world that takes a lot of stress away. Focus your attention on learning something new rather than your difficulties. This information is not meant to be medical advice. No action or inaction should be taken solely on the contents of this information. Instead, you should consult appropriate health professionals on any matter related to your health and well-being. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can catch this show each week on Lakefront TV. And to find out more about World Wellness Education, check out our website at worldwellnesseducation.org. We'll see you next time.
This episode of World Wellness Education is made possible by a production grant from the Milhorn Law Firm. Have you or a loved one ever suffered an injury due to the negligence of another? Then it's time to turn to a law firm that you know and trust, one with a record of client satisfaction and integrity. Hello, my name is Ryan Milhorn, and the Milhorn Law Firm has been representing personal injury clients in the Central Florida area for over 20 years. Our attorneys live in this community and are very proud to call it home. The Milhorn Law Firm, the law firm you know and trust.